I'm Lucie Fink, and this week is 5 days of trying different styles. Hey guys, welcome back to another 5-day challenge. Before I dive into this episode, we are doing a giveaway! It's for a pair of high top sneakers, or as Pizza Hut calls them, pie top sneakers. The color is pizza sauce red, and all you have to do is press on the tongue of the shoes and it orders Pizza Hut for you. This is not a drill. There are only 50 limited pairs being sold, and the pair we have is a women's size 9. So get them for yourself, get them for someone who loves pizza. Click on the link in the description box below to enter. All you need to do is enter your email address and make sure you're subscribed to Refinery29. So click right here to subscribe. You have until May 25th to enter. May the pizza be with you. All right. Back to the video. Fashion. I work at Refinery29, which is a modern women's destination for how to live a stylish, well-rounded life. So it only makes sense that pretty much everyone that works there is very stylish. My coworkers are some of the boldest, chicest, most well-dressed people I've ever met in my entire life. As I've mentioned to you before, I don't think I know enough fashion terms or types of styles to know a word that I can use to describe mine. I like wearing graphic tees and bright colors and cool pants, but what would you call that style? I definitely didn't know enough about style to be able to pick the 5 styles for this episode, so I called upon a Refinery29 insider to be my fashion fairy godmother.
Hi Lucie and everyone that watches Lucie's videos. My name is Annie Georgia Greenberg. I'm a fashion editor and video producer at Refinery29, and I love fashion.
And not only does she love fashion, but she knows everything that there is to know. It's now the end of the week, so I already did this challenge, and I'm gonna take you back and tell you what happened on each and every day. Starting with Monday. The first style that Annie suggested I try was an 80s workwear look.
I'm talking skirt suits, I'm talking checks, I'm talking big shoulders.
Our fashion team did a bunch of polls for me, and then Michelle Lee, one of our stylists, helped style me.
This look is full of attitude. It's a way to feel like a boss, which you already are, so go get your suit on.
For this look, I tried on a couple of outfits. First, a brownish pantsuit and blazer combination. I know that Clueless was shot in the 90s, but I was getting some serious Cher vibes from this one. If I had been in a plaid skirt, I would have been fully there. I had a white long sleeve turtleneck bodysuit under it, and I put on a pair of red booties for a pop of color. I really like this outfit, but something was telling me to try on a more colorful option. So next, I put on a bright blue pant and blazer combination with a purple tank top under it for some color blocking and a pair of silver loafers. I really liked both outfits here, but I felt like the second option just spoke to me a little bit more, and it was a great way of mixing current modern Lucie with 80s workwear. I spent the entire day at work in this power suit, and I got some great commentary from my coworkers.
You look like an 80s newscaster for like a small town, like Milwaukee.
It's a bright and sunny day outside. Chet, what do you have to say?
Perfect.
On the streets, I felt bold and powerful, and I could tell that I was turning heads, but it was in a very appropriate and buttoned up way. It was almost like when people saw that we were filming a video, they were turning and looking to see what congresswoman was in town. And I was like, hey, it's me, Lucie. Especially in the financial district where I work, the streets are filled with a lot of blacks and whites and formal suiting. My pop of color really stood out, and I felt like a power woman. Wearing an outfit like this is a great way to make a bold statement about your fashion sense while still being appropriate and professional.
So for Tuesday, let's try streetwear. It's kind of the evolved, rebellious younger sister to athleisure. It's been made popular by Rihanna and the likes of Gigi and Bella Hadid, who wear this awesome brand called Am Gia.
Today's style was also heavily influenced by an episode of Refinery29's video series, Style Out There. In one episode, our fashion features writer, Connie Wang, goes to Calabasas to explore luxury streetwear in the California suburbs. The specific style they're talking about in that video was actually imported to Calabasas by people like Kanye West and other celebrities that moved in, and then the locals adopted that style for themselves. And after watching the video from start to finish, I think I'm finally starting to get it.
It's a little bit out there, maybe not something you'd wear every day, but it definitely has a vibe.
So for this day, Annie's team pulled a couple of looks together for me. My first look was a pair of those Am Gia pants that Annie suggested. They were red with fishnets and zippers on the knee. me, definitely fashion over function, unless you need to air out your knees. And they also had a chain on the pants. I paired those pants with a rainbow striped long sleeve crop top. But it wasn't until I tried on the next pair of Am Gia pants that I felt like I was really capturing the style that I was going for. They had a lot of graffiti-like logos on them, a lot of color blocking. They had almost this racer-like flair to them that I loved. I paired the pants with a plain white tube top, which showed up a lot in the Style Out There video. And I finished the look off with a pair of red heels. Wearing this outfit in the office was a lot of fun. I got some great feedback from my coworkers.
Those are some serious pants.
But I do have to admit that trying to get work done in this outfit was a little bit distracting. I kind of felt half naked. And I gotta say, an outfit like this is fully appropriate inside of Refinery29, but we have to remember that Refinery29's office shares a building with doctors and lawyers and dentists, so getting into the elevator to go downstairs for lunch was a little bit of a spectacle.
That was embarrassing.
I also noticed that on the streets, I got very different reactions from men and women. The men were just staring, heads turning, some men whistled at me, I got a couple of icky catcalls, but the women were like, damn girl, where'd you get those pants? I typically dress more conservatively than that, so wearing that outfit on the streets of the financial district in the middle of the day wasn't the most comfortable thing in the whole world. You really need some serious internal confidence to walk down a street wearing that at 1 p.m. And I think I got some of that confidence from hearing my coworkers' reactions, but I also think that on a general day, I would probably feel a little bit more comfortable wearing this outfit after dark if I was going out at nighttime, and also maybe in Soho as opposed to the financial district. Just a thought. When choosing styles for me this week, Annie mentioned that she wanted to look around the Refinery29 office and actually pull style inspiration from some of our employees.
Now that we've gone the rebellious loud route, let's pair it back for some dark minimalism. It's all about clean lines and all black everything, but it's not gothic. It's like more of your cool gallerist friend.
When thinking about who this cool friend would be, we immediately thought of our creative director, Lydia Pang, who has such a defined style. Even just one quick scroll through her Instagram page and you will get her look.
I actually think dark minimalism is chic. That's like a nice way of describing it.
Is it really about blacks and dark colors?
I just happen to like that color palette. I was like such an emo when I was a teenager, and I think I just never really grew out of that, apart from making it a little more like grown up and chic.
I wound up in a pair of black pants, a black long sleeved and high necked blouse, and a blazer. I put on this great pair of sheer black socks with combat boots over them, and then I promptly removed the blazer because it was about 85 degrees on that day, if I remember correctly, and I could not breathe.
I feel like these are the clothes that make me feel good every day. So it isn't at all about like kind of dressing up for the sake of it or like being super performative. It's actually like, this is just what makes me feel comfortable, and this is what I happen to wear every day.
Lydia let me try on her black leather collar.
I do not know how to put this on.
She put me in a harness, and she even let me try on her dark lipstick. My shirt's neckline was actually a little bit too high for the collar, so I decided to take the collar off and just wear the harness. And very surprisingly, I loved that thing.
I wonder if you're gonna feel different. I hope you do. I hope you feel powerful.
I will report back.
Yeah, report back, let me know.
Thanks, Lydia.
Yay!
I went about the rest of my day at the office wearing this look, and the response that I got from coworkers was just incredible.
Oh my God.
This is not the Lucie I know.
I don't recognize you.
You don't?
No.
This style is on the opposite end of the spectrum from how I normally dress. It was actually pretty funny to see me sitting at my really bright and colorful desk in this outfit. I have to say, most of the time, this look defined and changed the way that I carried myself. So walking on the street, I really felt like a badass pounding the pavement. I felt like my steps were heavier and my strides were longer. People were looking at me. And contrary to some of the looks that I was getting during my street style day, the looks that I got in this outfit were looks of awe and empowerment. And even though the outfit brought out badass Lucie at some points, regular old Lucie still came out sometimes too. But I gotta say, unexpectedly, this look was really fun, and I really do think I'm gonna have to embrace the dark side a lot more.
I am so excited to see you in this next look because I know you can rock a floral, except this time we're going big or we're going home with dramatic florals.
I mentioned that my personal style is conservative when compared to the street style look that I wore, but when compared to this look, my style is not conservative at all.
This kind of exaggerated high neck, covered up floral on floral look has been everywhere from Ghani to Gucci, and now you're going to try it.
I first tried on an adorable dress that Annie actually gave me herself with a black long sleeve turtleneck bodysuit under it. I actually thought this look was so adorable that it was kind of too similar to something that I would probably wear. So we took it one step further by adding more patterns and textures and ruffles. I settled on a mid-length floral skirt with a white long sleeve ruffly top and a pair of light pink strappy shoes.
Although it can look intimidating, I swear it's way easier to pull off, and everybody looks good in a floral. So go get it, girl.
When it's nice out, I typically wear tank tops and t-shirts or skirts and dresses. This is not something I'm used to wearing in the spring and summer because there's actually a little bit too much coverage than what I'm used to. But Annie was right. She told me that I would feel very comfortable in this look. And it was kind of nice to realize that I could wear something that's more on the conservative side, but it could still be very stylish. I just headed out of work for the night and I'm going to meet my friends for dinner. And one thing I'm really loving about this look is that I think there's going to be a nice transition between wearing this in the office, where it was very conservative and appropriate office wear, to taking it out at night where I think it's gonna look very sleek and chic as a night on the town outfit. A lot of people at Refinery29 dress like that. It's very bold and very chic, and even though I love patterns, I'm not sure I would typically pair a floral skirt with a top that has that much going on. But it did make me realize that sometimes patterns can clash or go together purely based on how you wear them or how you carry yourself and how much confidence you have in your look. For my last day of switching up my style, I decided to move to the opposite end of the scale in terms of casualness.
A lot of times on runways, the last look is the fanciest. It's kind of like a grand finale. Why not get a little glam? If you're gonna do a fashion episode, it's a fun time to try on something fancy.
My day-to-day look is very casual, and I almost never wear elegant attire unless I'm going to a very upscale event, like a wedding or a gala. And I don't go to many galas. But when I first thought about 5 days of different styles, for some reason I couldn't get the vision out of my head of me walking through the streets of New York City in an elegant ball gown. And for the last day of this episode, I just needed to live out that dream. Recently I signed up for an unlimited membership to Rent the Runway. It's a great thing to do if you're one of those people who wants to cut back on your fast fashion purchases, but you still want to have a wide variety of things to wear. And basically the unlimited membership lets you keep multiple pieces at a time, everything from clothing to accessories, at your home. And if you happen to be local to New York City, they actually have a store location where you can go and do your shopping there. So on Friday, I went into the store, I tried on a selection of gowns in all colors, shapes, and lengths, and then I selected my final look. One of their stylists helped me pick out earrings and heels to match the dress, and then I styled my hair quickly and walked right out of the store and onto the streets. My dress was a very bright pop of color against the dingy color of the sidewalks. And I know this isn't a practical daily look or anything, but dressing up for one day of the week did make me feel kind of like a queen. I felt like I was on my way to the Met Gala, and the dress I chose retails for almost $1,000, but it's all included as part of my monthly membership.
Do you like it?
You ready for the ball?
I am ready for the ball.
Each of the styles I wore this week took me out of my comfort zone for different reasons. If you think about it, it's really amazing how much putting on different clothing can affect your mood and your mindset.
Fashion is about feeling good, not just in your clothes, but in your skin.
We all have a specific style, even if you're like me and you can't quite pinpoint what that style is. But breaking out of that mold and trying on clothing that you wouldn't normally wear is honestly one of the easiest ways to bring a little fresh air and creativity into your life.
Fashion is for everybody, and it can be a really exciting, empowering way to express yourself.
And you never know, maybe there's a style out there that's just waiting patiently for you to stumble upon it. And maybe it's gonna be your new style for the rest of time. Thanks for watching and for suggesting this episode to me, and now comment below and let me know what else you want to see me try for 5 days at a time. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching 5 days of different styles. Click here for another video on Refinery29, here to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and here for my personal YouTube channel. See ya!